And Jackie is still getting his own build up. His own BKB is almost done. So it possibly could be just a triple BKB timing for Boom, where Lgd, they're not going to have that same level of protection. Outside of the Ewelts coming out here on Nothing to Say, they're going to be very vulnerable to the damage here.
Oh, nice chains out from Nothing to Say. Fisher will be there to follow up. The Tombstone has been dropped as well. This is going to be a fair bit of damage as the cast will land on both. Yopaj, he does have a BKB up. He'll pop it immediately, but it seems like they just want to at least take this Tombstone down to get this team fight started. It will get denied off. Multi-shot there from Arme. It's a lot of damage, but Yopaj, he'll keep forward, keep moving forward. At least the Sin-Q does go for a Fisher, but he's trapped in the tree line right now. The bow will fly in. The sharpshooter's there. They'll find at least one as Tims will look for a bit more now, but Nothing to Say is just fine. He's going to be able to back his way out. They'll only find the Shaker. Still 2-9, 6k advantage. This whole time, Jackie is free farming. Mid lane, in they go again. They found Yopaj another time. This time Arme, he's got so much damage, and they will be able to find that mid Kunkka. There's Nothing to Say. He wants a little bit more. He'll move in, but the silence is out from FBZ. Yules is out there to lock down FBZs. They should have the slows as well, but FBZ, he'll BKB up. He'll be just fine to back his own way away. They cannot lock him down through the BKB. They do find a decent kill in the Kunkka, but that's going to be about it for Lgd.
I think you're pretty happy for Lgd though. You force out those initial BKB uses, you only really lose your support, and you're starting to get some activity out from Ami. He's more than willing to join into these fights. So Boom have to be really cautious about going in like that. You can't afford to just...
Lgd might be waiting. Arme, he's a huge target. The X is there. They have a way to drag him back, but the torrent's not going to land in time. Oh, they mistime it. Why? He moved in to try and defend Arme and has done so. Meanwhile, Jackie gets caught out. He does pump his BKB and the stick charges. He'll barely survive. Meanwhile, FBZ in the middle of nowhere is forced to pop his own BKB and make his own retreat. Fisher, though, gonna lock a couple down into the follow-up. Tims trying to run. More stick charges. Yopaj, he'll finally throw the boat out, but the chains are there to lock him down with the familiars. Yopaj, which way is he going? He wants a Roshan tonight, but he's not gonna find it. Faith Beyond will be able to take the killers. Now Nothing to Say. He'll find another. It's going to be Scam on the edge. The Fisher will be enough to just keep him down and take him out. That's 2 down for the side of Boom Esports. Lgd really finding a great way of pushing back here against the Dire.
It boiled down to just small mistakes, not being able to kill off Ami. He did have the Force Staff to save, so that did complicate that in that fight, having that way of just dodging out from control from Boom. And those are massive losses. Like, even Skem dying there, he had a gem. Free gem coming out for Lgd. They just melt the Roshan. You're starting to see that power of the Drow and the Visage. They just do so much work when they're grouped up together. And Boom, they've got to be a little bit more careful. They miss out in the Torrent, as we see in the replay, and it just kind of falls apart from there.
It certainly does.
Your Admiral is on board.
See if they can find Sin-Q on the back first. Because Fate's Beyond going to be there as well, but they're all in the tree line. Sin-Q pings around, but a nice Fisher. Sin-Q locking down a couple again into the Echo. FBZ, he will get the BKB off in time. They're still trying to force the fight, but is this the one they really wanted? The boat is out. Yopaj, he's already retreating. He can't find the target he really needed to go after. And now FBZ, another nice Fisher, lock them down, take him out. Scam, he'll get Yules up. He's not making it out either. Now Lgd, it just seems like they knew they were coming. They had just the superior vision, stayed in the tree line, and just surprised them and just don't show anyone.
Sin-Q just in the perfect spot to break that smoke, and Boom overcommit. They feel the pressure to try to make these plays. They don't manage to land on targets they want, and Sin-Q's just been a nuisance with these Fishers throughout all these fights, just finding the perfect angles to cut off Boom.
He has Sin-Q a real nuisance. So Yopaj, you saw he trying to find Arme this whole time, but just unable to get him. It's the ward placement here from Lgd, just fully prepped for that fight. Actually, at least Scam will be the second pick up here. It's Lgd really looking quite strong now. Still a 2k net worth lead available for Boom, but it's really nothing to write home about. We're 25 minutes into the game. It's a very even one between these two teams. Still could go either. They're going to go for a smoke. We've got a 5-on-5 situation here in the mid lane. Who gets up in the initiation first? The Fisher is there, but the BKBs are out in time. The Tombstone is being focused. Both sides not really sure if they want the fight. Skem, he's going to get jumped on. They found Yopaj, but the boat is out in time. 4 staff away. They need to save the Kunkka. Skem, he's the one in trouble, but no, they look back towards Yopaj. They should have him. Faith Beyond takes him down onto FBZ. They'll find the death prop and they'll just burst him down. So much damage coming up from Faith Beyond. Name just standing right behind him. It's like, how do you actually get to this Drow or the Visage?
They have no reach. It just boils down to the fact that they don't have a high mobility initiator that can dance in, something like the Ember of Nothing to Say, to try to catch the backline, to try to stop Ame from dishing a million damage in one engage. And off the back of that, with a double damage rune, of course, for Ame, Roche doesn't last too long here. Boom. They had a great start. It just gets harder from here, it feels like. Even with all the durability in Yopaj with the AC, if no one can touch Ame, all the armor in the world doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It was clinical, I would say. Right, like the way PSG Lgd, I believe MLP said it the best as well. Cool, collected, calm, the whole game. The way they played against Boom was just on point. Just showing their class. Literally every single part of the game, even though they were losing a little bit at the beginning, it never felt like it's out of their hands, out of their control. The way they fight is they force you to fight where they want to, and they have an Undying with the Tombstone. They force you next to a cliff, they pop that Tombstone on the cliff, they win every single fight off of that.
Yeah, Sheep, you mentioned the way the Lgd fight is, something else. Could you really kind of sum it up and how they kind of forced the Boom esports?
Yeah, I love the execution of their fights as a team because they are a ball. They want to be a ball. They have a team that when they get split apart, that's how they get picked off and die to this like rupture. And they don't let that happen because they have really non-committal ways of engaging them. This long-range Fisher from Earthshaker, this slight interchange by Ember. They don't ever have to like have someone blink ahead. And that way they're all able to just keep together on top of this Drow, keep her sustained with the Undying heals, these auras from Visage. It basically everything just was very synergized.
前几天 TR 小组赛每天剪好几个视频，真的有点累。幸好有我的私人按摩师妙界小姐姐。这里要感谢一下品牌方寄来的按摩枕，用了这么久了，感觉按摩还得是妙界。有点酸痛，使用一下，效果立竿见影啊！因为我做的时间久了，也不用动，还经常低头看屏幕，现在是腰酸背痛，肌无力。 哪都不舒服。如果你也和我一样，那腰肌劳损和富贵包等等一系列问题已经在路上了。现在有办法了，像我平时打游戏、工作的时候按摩一下，极限回口血，而且这个声音不大。摸鱼的时候悄悄按也不会被发现。按摩的效果堪比真人，缓解疲劳、放松肌肉效果很不错。一个妙界按摩枕，全身都能用。 按摩颈肩、腰部、腿部，甚至手酸还能按手。上面的2对按摩头，它会正反来回打圈揉。根据不同的人和不同部位的耐受力，有3档按摩力度可以调节。我一般用1、2档，猛男可以直接上3档。还有这个热敷功能，体验感直接拉满，酸爽酥麻。 也可以给你们的女朋友在特殊时期使用，如果你有的话。总之，全身按摩一键搞定。这个无线充电的设计和魔术贴能完美配合，带上它哪里都能变成按摩室。什么叫做低薪高能？1、2次足浴的钱，享受按摩店终身 VIP 服务，妙界1年内只换不休。现在双11优惠，评论区领我的专属优惠券，限量111张，这个价格错过等1年。2款情侣颜色可以选择，趁优惠打包带走，自用送人都合适。网速快的冲冲冲！